Can you melt gold using a potato? That's the question I set out to answer today. What makes a good gold melting potato? Is there a difference between washed and unwashed? Does the dirt on an unwashed potato have any relevance? Does size matter? Does sweet potato offer more nutrients to the gold? All of these things and more are questions that I didn't have answers to from my gold prospecting handbook. All I had to hope was that 400 grams of unwashed potato was enough. Will 400 grams of potato be enough? I don't know. As you might well imagine, potatoes are not normally designed to melt gold in, and therefore I had to make a few light modifications using my knife and a spoon so I could do the job properly. This is the gold I'm trying to melt today. It came out of Reedy Creek not too long ago. Now it's all beautiful and clean, let's try and turn it into a gooey blob. This isn't cocaine, it's a special flux that I'm going to use to help lower the melting point of the gold and remove impurities. The idea with the flux was simple. I wanted to make a sticky bed for the gold to stick to so I didn't accidentally blow it away when I put the blowtorch on it. The flux melted and the potato smelling delicious, it was time to check out the gold I was going to be melting. You can see here, even though I had cleaned it out with the pan, it still had a lot of impurities in it. And that's just the purpose of smelting. It's to get rid of those impurities, so you're left with solid gold. Right now, this is legitimately like the world's most expensive potato. A little bit more borax. Borax's primary job is to capture the impurities trapped with the gold. And now, fire! This smells so unbelievably good. And unlike some of my most recent trials, it only took about a minute to melt it down to this point. I had to stop and check on progress. Look at that! I have definitely melted some of the gold. Look at all the gold pieces in there. They're all over the wall too, so we've definitely lost a little bit, but we are melting it. For all intents and purposes, I think we actually now have a melted bead in the middle of that spud. Oh yeah, we do. I'm going to leave the torch on it for a little while, make sure it really melts, but that looks like we've got a success. That is one hot bead and one very overcooked potato. I can see tiny little pieces of gold scattered sort of around the main potato looking blob. But that's okay. You always lose a little bit of gold when you do stuff like this. And if you're not a prospector, it might be hard to understand, but gold's free from the creek, so it doesn't really matter. Now, potatoes are meant to be pretty damn insulative, so... Oh my god, I can actually... Well, there you go. You can pick it up straight away. You don't even have to wait for it to cool down. So in theory, that right there is our potato gold. Now, we're just going to smash that slag off. And ladies, we should have a bead of gold. I think the problem is it's got a coating of borax in it. The potato melted the gold so well, and I've got my little bead here. What I want to do is run some sandpaper over it to clean it up. This is a sheet of 1000 grit sandpaper, and covering our gold is a very thin layer of borax. I just want to see if I can use the sandpaper to quickly rub it off. There we go. We're starting to get a nice shiny ball. This is something I've wanted to do for a very long time. Three, two, one. I've got a long-term goal to get a custom-made metal stamp so I can make my own hammered coins, but for now, a little V for Vo-Gus and a little F for Fern. And I'm going to give this little hammered coin away completely for free, and all you got to do is find the hidden code in this video to an unlisted video on my other channel. First person to comment there gets it. And yeah, You can melt gold in a potato, and it works really well. Because I always get asked, this is how much it weighed. That's about 80 Australian dollars worth of gold, and a lot of fun for a cheap spud.